Hello, and welcome to another episode with On Purpose with Love. I am your host, Ingrid. Thank you so much for being here. Today, we have a very special guest for me. It's Ana Dorotea. She is a numerologist, and she's here to talk about numerology and other benefits.
Hi, Ingrid. So nice. It's such a pleasure to be here and to reach your followers through this interview. I'm so excited to share about numbers. So happy to be here. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So a little bit about Ana. I've taken numerology courses with Ana, and I just keep learning from her. So I wanted to bring her on and make sure that she was part of my YouTube channel since she has been a teacher to me, and just to share some of her knowledge. Prior to jumping into this call, we connected. She asked to breathe, meditate, and take 7 deep breaths. Ana, why do you ask that? Or what's the reason for 7 deep breaths filled with light?
That's a very good question. So when we're breathing light, we're visualizing that we are breathing in light and then exhaling light. We're literally like starting to change the vibration of our frequency. And then when we do it 7 times, as you know, 7 is a number of knowledge and truth, right? Even how we draw the 7, it looks like someone going up to touch the sky. So the number 7 does that. Number 7, like, elevates our mind and our consciousness to a new level. And so it's awesome to just be in tune with truth and like higher intuition. That's why 7 is important.
Mm-hmm. So what's funny is as we were taking the 7 deep breaths, I think I was in the 5th one, and then I kind of lost count. But I lost count because something came into my brain, and it was like, I wonder if it's 7 because since we have 7 bodies, then as we take each deep breath, each of those bodies connect with our own self right now, and so we can be more connected and well centered into this.
Number 7, actually, now that you're mentioning it, number 7 is a very mystical number. It has to do definitely with the 7 bodies. It also has to do with the 7 chakras, like the energetic points in the spine. It has to do with in Kabbalah, we have what is called the tree of life, that are 10 spheres or 10 sephirot. The first 3, the upper 3, are like the Trinity, it's like the higher aspect of God. And then the 7 lower spheres has to do with the lower aspect of God, like the manifested universe, which includes the physical and the mental planes. So it also has to do with like seven spheres. So there's a lot. There's 7 musical notes, 7 days of the week, 7 phases of the moon. There's like so many mysteries and beauty around number 7.
Yeah, no, it's a lucky number for a reason.
It's true.
Okay, Ana, well, if you would do us a pleasure to kind of introduce yourself, tell us what you do.
Sure. Wow. Thank you so much. So, I started my journey way before my journey started, I feel. Ever since I was a child, I was I felt like very connected to God, and to spirit. And I used to talk a lot to God. My mom always told me that God was wherever we were, that we didn't need any intermediary to speak with God. And that really opened like just my mind and my heart to know that there's spirit and there's more than this physical universe, So after I went to college and then I went to law school and I became a lawyer and I became a corporate lawyer and I forgot all about the spirituality. And then life brought me back when I was totally just like empty, I was like doing like the checklist of a successful lawyer or whatever. And then I really wasn't feeling fulfilled in my life. So that's when numerology found me. So I was in a retreat and I met a numerologist and I was very skeptical. I didn't believe anything. But then he started telling me about my numbers when I gave him only my birthday. And only with my birthday, he was telling me things about myself that were like so true and so intimate and so like, oh my God, like heart opening, that I was like, wow, I need to learn this. So that began my process of studying numerology. Then I studied a master's in psychotherapy and human development to like kind of like complement it. And then I went into Grabovoi Numbers, which are also a very cool spiritual tool with numbers. And also in the process, I've been doing so many things like Reiki, Reiki healing and retreats and just like other tools, like pendulum, etc., etc. So I've been having so much fun. I went to live to Israel, to Jerusalem for 2 years as well. And I was studying in a yeshiva. Yeah, which is a house of religious studies of Judaism. So I had a chance to study like side by side with rabbis and study like the Torah, and like the Holy Scriptures, and it was so amazing also. So it's been a quite a fun journey.
I know. See, you are truly an inspiration to me because obviously my journey kind of started the same way. And yeah, you feel empty after you check off all the list on your success list, and you just wonder what else is there to life. And now here we are, also through the same journey. Now I'm actually studying to align your chakras, and then I'm studying your classes, and I'm also getting an esthetician license to be able to open my own spa. Prior to jumping into this journey, I was working for the owner of Canyon Ranch, and so basically seeing that environment really inspired me to open my own and focus more in the non-for-profit aspect of it because I really think this is something that can help everybody. I want to get my psychotherapy license and also help people in the same way as you do. You are an inspiration.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, there's so many of us, and we're all in the same journey, and we're all really one and connected. So, thank you for daring to honor your purpose, and really follow your light and your joy. That's awesome. That's respect, sister.
Again, you're a true inspiration. Okay, Anna. So, do you want to talk a little bit about how numbers can be used as a tool for counseling?
Sure. Well, there's many ways that we can use numbers as a spiritual tool. For counseling specifically, numbers are awesome because, like you said, they literally show us a person and like how the person is energetically set up. So you can really know what a person looks like through the numbers, and then you can help them because the numbers, what they do is they tell us what, as you know, like what our spectrum is, what our spectrum of light and of darkness, or positive energy and negative energy is like. So all of us are energy, right? I always say this, like literally we are atoms, electrons, protons. So within this knowledge, we can understand where are our atoms vibrating in. What is our spectrum? What is like what does it look like when we are in our positive aspect and in our negative aspect? And then with that knowledge, we can then choose to polarize. Polarize is an alchemical term that literally means changing from one pole to the other. So then if you see someone as a therapist and you know their numbers, you can really help them just remember their light. Because many times humans, we forget, we get it like all entangled in what society tells us that we should do and what success should look like and what happiness should be like. And maybe that's really not in accordance to our energy and what we come to experience. So then we just remember through numbers. We remember who we are, why we came here, what are we working on, what do we look like in our full potential. So I feel like it's an awesome tool for therapy and just any kind of facilitation and working with people. Really, you don't even have to be a therapist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, just as a quick example, I have a 4 under my soul, and also I love pleasing people, so I became an accountant literally just to please my family and to make them proud, and obviously because of a 4, just structure. But yeah, once you remember, oh my God, like really, I don't like this. I like people. That's when you decide to step away from that and follow what you really like to do.
Yeah. And you say I'm a 4, and 4s are like very structured, like very organized, like in your life, you're someone that you're very trustworthy. People can rely on you. So there's this aspect of being an accountant that you're probably a very good accountant. You are most likely very good at what you do. However, not only because you're good at it, because you have the characteristics of the 4, it means that is your purpose or your joy, It can be a tool, not necessarily the only focus of your life,
Okay, Anna. And then I know there's different types of numerology, and you focus in the Grabovoi numbers. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So Grabovoi numbers. Well, actually, before we jump into Grabovoi numbers, maybe we can teach people just how to like calculate their 4 main numbers. Like what
Okay.
are the central line, that would be cool maybe for people to know. So if you're curious of what your numbers are and you are like, wait, what are my numbers? What is my purpose? So the way that we calculate it, we have, all of us have 4 energetic pillars. I mean, all of us are like a bunch of energies that are shown with many numbers, but we have in all of us 4 main pillars. And these 4 main pillars open up into a map. So the 4 main pillars, the first one is calculated by the month of birth, right? So if you were born in a month of April, like, a number 4, so your first number would be a number 4. If you were born in December, so December is the 12th month. So we always want to go to 1 digit. So you would sum 1 plus 2, 3. So if you were born in December, your first number would be a 3. Unless we find master numbers, which master numbers are the 2-digit numbers that are the same, like 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, etc. If you find any of those, then you are a master, and you keep it as a master. So if you were born in November, then you would keep an 11 there. So then the first number is the month. So we got that straight. Second position of the central line is the day of birth. So the day that you were born. If you were born in a 9, then you have a number 9. If you were born in a 15, 1 plus 5. But what about if you were born in a 22? 22 is a master number. So then it remains 22. If you have 25, 2 plus 5, 7. If you have 29, 2 plus 9, 11. Master number, it stays 11. Mm-hmm. So just remembering that. So that would be the second position of the 4. Third position of the 4 numbers would be the year of birth. So only your year, in which year you were born, you sum all of the numbers of the year. And then again, you sum it up until you reach 1 single digit, unless you meet a master number, in which case you remain as a master. And final position and 4th number of the 4th central line is the sum of everything. So you literally just like write down your birthday, like your full birthday, and you sum digit by digit, and you reduce, like summing until you get 1 digit. Or if you get a master number, 11, 22, 33, then you leave it like that. So then you would have your 4 main pillars of your energy, of what you come to work on this lifetime. Mm-hmm. Maybe we can talk a little bit like main points. If you want, we can like do, actually, we can both do it, because I know that you are a numerologist also with a level 1, so you can for sure share this. But we can maybe make like a quick, brief summary of main points of each number, so people know what is it that they come to work on. Would you like that? Yeah. Okay, awesome. So, okay, so number 1. So if you have a number 1 in your chart, right, or in any of your central line numbers, number 1 is a number of new beginnings. So if you have a number 1, it means you are someone that you come to open a new beginning in your family. You come to do something new, something that hasn't been done before, and something that will liberate your lineage. Number 1 people are people that have the ability of 1, that is the leadership. So you come to be the leader of your own life. You come to lead others as well. And beautiful also about the 1 is the number of planting seeds. So whenever there's a 1 in the chart, it means this person has the gift that whatever they plant, whatever they start, has just a tendency to grow and bloom. So yeah, if you're a number 1, definitely, if you're like following the same thing that your family has been doing all the time, that's not the way. You come to open new ways, new paths, and be brave to do so. Then number two has to do with relationships, right? Number 2 is literally like the pair. So if you have a number 2 in your timeline, in your central line, it means that you come to work on balance in relationships. Number 2 are people who are very, very romantic. Like they really want to connect. They really want to belong. So you really come to learn to allow yourself to be yourself within your bonds and open up to love. Because what happens usually with 2s is that they get hurt in the way. Like they give their hearts away. They give everything and they get their heart broken. So they can easily close off to love and be scared of the pain. And the 2 comes to learn that it's way better to open up to love and to receive the other in, because the love that you can feel is way much better and like much more nurturing than any pain that you can suffer from love. So yeah, 2s come to open up to love. And another thing about 2s is usually 2s are very lucky people. So use luck, use your good fortune. It comes with that number. Okay, the number 3, if you have a number 3 in your chart, what does it mean? Number 3 has to do with creativity, with communication, and also with joy, with the inner child. So the 3s literally come to this world to create. They come with artistic talent. They come with just like this great ability to put out in the world what is inside them. And they are people who are very, very good at communicating. A 3 can literally like sell ice to an Eskimo, they are very, very good at communicating and saying exactly what they know they need to say to get the effect they want. So you come to use your voice as a 3. And last, very important, the 3 is a number of joy and of the inner child. So if you have it means that you come to, just bring your child out and heal your inner child. Yeah. How is this for you? Do you want to share number 4, 5, and 6?
Okay, sounds good. Well, with the number 4, I know that it's the fire, the earth, the water, and the air. It's also here to construct, to build something. I also know that as a 4, you come here to break limiting beliefs. Very loyal, very they can be organized, or if they're vibrating in the negative polarization, then they can be very unorganized and they worry too much for what the other person thinks about them. Do you want to add anything else to the 4?
The 4, well, I would just say like for the 4, especially for abundance, just remembering that order is very special for the 4, like very especially important. So order and discipline. For the 4, I mean for anyone, but especially for the 4, order brings harmony. Harmony brings abundance. So if you're a 4 and you feel like your abundance is not really flowing, then go back and check your order. How is your order? That will give you an energetic key.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so number 5, I know number 5 is a very mental number. It's here to expand the mind and the body. Most people are very attracted to 3s and 5s because they just have that inner child joy. I know the 5 is also the psychic, the counselor.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, the 5 also, just adding on to what you said, the 5 is the number of freedom, right? The number of movement.
Oh, yeah.
Even how we do 5, it goes one way, then the other way, then the other way. So if you're a number 5, if you have a number 5 in the chart, it means you come to learn about movement and you come to learn to release control and then right. So it has to do with learning to flow. And very important, the 5 is the number of change. So there are people who they come to be a factor of change wherever they go, in whichever environment they're put, they need to change things. So just there to change, there to go to the adventure. The number 5 is literally a number that is calling you to expand and go out of borders.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move on to number 6. It's a very emotional number. It's got the power to manifest, and it's also got the power to have the green thumb. Basically, anything that you plant, it will grow and expand. They tend to be very emotional and always want to be with others. They come here to learn balance of emotional balance, family, pretty much everything balance.
Balance that is very important. The 6 comes to learn, as you said, balance between giving and receiving. So 6 are usually very generous. They give of themselves, their time, their energy, their resources. They just give, and then they come to learn to also give to self. Right? Even how we draw the 6 gives to itself. So setting boundaries, honoring self-care, and using your manifesting power, because the 6 has an awesome power for manifestation.
And this basically could be anywhere in the central line, right? It could be the day, the month, the year.
Correct. Anywhere you find it, you have it.
Okay, yeah. Sounds good.
Okay, so let's go to number 7. So number 7 is a mental number. It's, as we said before, the number of knowledge and truth. So if you have a 7 in your birth central line, it means that you come to be a specialist or an expert in something. You are someone that as you learn, as you expand your knowledge, opportunities come to you, doors open before you. So really, if you're a 7, just focus on learning. See what makes you happy and expand it while you're learning it and devote yourself to it, because blessings will come through that. Important thing about the 7 also is people who have a 7, they come to release prejudices, demands, and guilts in the family. So usually these patterns of thought come from the mother or from mom. So if you have a 7, just like notice which prejudices about the world I have, what they have told me that, oh, this is good, this is bad, this is desirable, this is undesirable. And then just kind of like put it aside and find your own truth. Find what resonates as truth with you, not with what they told you. And also about the 7, I would say 7s are people who are just like very intelligent. They have a very quick mind. They are very good at observation. They have very good observation powers. And they're people who are very loyal, very, very concerned with justice and with truth. So yeah, if you want justice, just bring a 7 in, because the 7s are fair and they know how to bring in justice.
Yeah.
Do you want to go with the 8, or do you want me to do it?
Well, number 8 is my favorite number. I know they can be really stubborn, but they're also very organized. They have willpower, and they can, so basically like the 4, but times 2. So if they're stubborn, they can be twice as stubborn. They're twice abundant as well.
This very important like keyword that you said, because the 8 is actually the number of abundance, of healing and power. So if you have an 8 in your chart, you are a healer. You are already considered an old soul, and it means that you come to learn to generate and like bring into the world these 3 energies: abundance, power, and healing. So I would say with the 8, you come to use your talents. If you are an 8, you come to use your talents, because through using your talents is that you bring into you abundance. Usually 8s that are in a positive vibration, they don't need to look for abundance. It's the opposite. Abundance looks for them. Like it just comes to them, like prizes, opportunities, gifts. It comes because if you're in a positive 8, that's the energy that generates abundance in the world. So a very important thing to say about 8s, though, like imagine a being so powerful that they can generate abundance, healing, because by the way, they are healers if you're an 8, and power and empowerment. It is a being that has also a great responsibility. Actually, the 8 is the only number whose energy not only affects himself or themselves, but it affects also the ones around them. It's how we draw it, right? Like I touch myself and then I touch you. I touch myself and I touch you. It's like my energy is moving, not only myself, it's only also moving yours. So number 8s need to be very mindful of their energy, because they really change the energy of those around them as well. And we come into the 9. The 9 is the final number of the 1-digit number, and the 9 is the number of closing cycles. It is also the number of the spiritual student and the number of unconditional love, the humanitarian. So if you have a 9, 3 things that are important. First, you come to close cycles in your family. You're someone that you come to finish pattern in the family, or patterns in the family that no longer need to be, that are no longer helpful for the lineage. Number 2 thing that comes is the 9 is the number of the spiritual student. Even how we draw the 9 is like a head expanding in the sky. So it really means that you come to get in tune with your spirituality, and you come to expand your being through connecting to your spirit and through learning about your spirituality. And finally, the 9, well, many, many things, but just like key points. The 9 is the number of unconditional love and the number of service to others. So if you have a 9, it means you are also an old soul, that you have a lot of love to give, and you can give it to your family, to strangers in the street, and you come to use this love to serve others, especially to serve those who are less fortunate than you are, because that is what brings you not only expansion, but also great blessings in this life. And then we come into the master numbers. Should we go into master numbers, or yeah?
I think we can touch just the key points of the master numbers.
Let's touch on 11, 22, and 33 if you want, so we have a little bit of time for the other topics. Okay, so let's go to the 11. So 11 is the first of the master numbers. The 11 is the spiritual master. And if you have an 11, it means that you are someone, that you are an old soul already, you are a master, and that you come in this lifetime with the capacity to perceive and understand higher truths, and then being able to like translating these truths and sharing the truth with those who are still sleeping. Like the 11s are those who come to awaken those who are sleeping yet in their spirituality. So as a spiritual master, the 11, that sums to 2, right? 1 + 1, 2. The 11 comes to work in their relationships. So they come to elevate their relationships. And as they do it, they come to transition from being a 2, which if you think about it, even how we draw it with our bodies, the 2s are attached. It has to do with like an attachment to the other. The 11 is not like that anymore. The 11 is 2 individuals where each of them is their own person in their own axis. They have space between them so they can be themselves, but they go together. So then it has to do with incorporating more independence and more individuality within the bonds, and hence elevating the connection and the consciousness of the relationship. I would also say one more thing about the 11 is someone that comes to shift people. So if you have an 11 in your chart, just be very mindful and be very aware of your power to change and redirect people's directions in life. Because usually 11s, when they speak, people listen to them and they really have an impact on people. So you can change like entire life courses with what you say to people. So just having that in mind and using your power for the light.
Yeah, I'm definitely a witness of that.
Yeah, how have you been a witness of that? I'm curious.
Okay, so I have one of my husband's friend. He is an 11, so double 11. When I first left my job, he stayed over at our house because his family had COVID, so he didn't want to get it because he was gonna go out of town. And I remember saying, "Hey, let's go grab something to eat." And then he's like, "No, like let's just make something at home. Like why go and spend money when we have something at home?" And then after that, it was like, damn, like you're right. It's not like I'm working anymore. Like why do that? Like so I gotta switch it. And then just basically a lot of things that he says, like the way he lives versus the way I was living, that have taught me a lot of things. Like just be more humble. You don't need this fancy job to be happy. Like just look for your own happiness.
Well, that's awesome. Even like the rerouting of going out and spending money versus staying home and cooking, like just like that shift, that's awesome. That's amazing. Using your resources wisely. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. Amazing. It's funny actually that we're touching on the 4 actually, because the next number that is the next master number is the 22. The 22 has a 4 essence. So the 22 is the master builder, right? We talked about how the 4 is the number of building, as you said. Well, the 22 is the number of the master builder. It's someone that comes with the potential to build something big, something that can touch the lives of many people in positive. And if you have a 22, it means literally that you come to break out of limiting beliefs from your family of origin, right? Because the 4 has to do with like the roots. And then just build big time. Know that you have the potential to impact the lives of many people in positive, and that if you conduct your construction towards service, it just grows a lot. Even 22s can build things and like foundations of things or projects that can even keep on being built and keep on like expanding even after they are gone through this physical, after they are gone of this physical world. So 22s are awesome. They have a great reach. And I would also say with the 22, make sure that you partner up, because the 22 is 2 twos together. So partner up, make teamwork. Remember that if you're coming to build something big, you're not meant to do it alone. You're meant to do it through partnership and alliance as well.
Yeah.
Add anything to the 22 before we move into the 33?
I mean, also, if the 22 is vibrating in the negative, it can be super stubborn, even more than the 4. I mean, it's just something that I've seen very often. But yes, basically, they have a lot of power to impact people in a positive way, even though they don't even know that they're doing it.
And what's also amazing about 22s is that their reach is international. Actually, 22 is the number of internationality. So it means that they can build not only in their country, they can build like internations. So it's very cool.
Oh, okay.
Usually, actually, the people who live in other countries, they will like move to other places that where they were born. It's a cool vibration for sure.
That makes sense. Why my husband wants to move and do this and do that. And when you have the 22 and a 5 together, yeah, they crave that freedom.
For sure. Wow, that's a very powerful combination, 22 and 5 together for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're reaching the final number, the final master number that we have active right now. Although we also have like 44, 55, 66, but just for the sake of time, let's just go to the 33. So the 33 is the Christ consciousness master, is the master of manifestation. And it is a number of literally of Christ consciousness, which means that these are people that are way more in tune, in their spirit, and that they come to help unite and elevate the consciousness of humanity. 33s are people who usually have a very challenging childhood. Usually when there's a 33, we only find it in the mission position or the fourth position. And they come to experience such a challenging childhood where they come to be responsible of other people way before their time, or before they are adults, because it's like life is pushing them since they are little to be able to mature fast enough to reach this potential of the 33. And the 33 is a number that definitely comes to use the greatest power of manifestation. That is, the 33 has it to be able to create reality with their words. So if you are a 33, use your power of manifestation, you have it, and then it's like the 33 always is saying, speak more of the best scenario. Speak more of what would be the best amazing thing that could happen, and speak less of the problems or the complaints, because whatever you are speaking, you are manifesting. So then speak positively, and then lastly, I would say also with the 33, the 33 is made of 2 threes. So it has to do with also, as the 6th vibration, learning to create teamwork and learning to like bring others in for my projects and my ideas and the community in. But the 3 is the messenger. So you are called to raise your voice. You are called to give the messages, speak to the people. You have a very strong power in your voice.
Yeah, I have yet to meet a 33.
Oh, really? My mom is a 33. I'm like, every time I think of a 33, I think of her.
Oh, wow. How amazing.
Yeah, so 33s are one of the most challenging vibrations to really do, For example, I know another client who he's a 33, and he's someone that is literally building cities. He's building cities, like in places in the desert in Mexico where there was nothing. He like came in and started building like cities and apartments and cinemas. Like he started like building a city, like bringing people together where there was nothing. He is creating. That's a super 33 vibration. So he's a 33 activated for sure.
Nice. Okay, Anna. So I know that you focus more within the Grababoy theories. Can you tell us about Grababoy a little bit more?
Sure. So Grigory Grabovoi, who is the name behind the Grabovoi Numbers, Grigory Grabovoi is he's a man. He's actually alive right now. He's amongst us. He's a mathematician and doctor in physics and mathematics, and he's also a clairvoyant. He's Russian. He was born in Kazakhstan. And he's an amazing being, like illuminated. I send my love to Grababoy. He's someone that he can see in everything, like in people, situations, energies, organs, diseases, in everything. He sees sequences. He sees numbers, like kind of like Matrix movie. He sees numbers in everything. And then he has just devoted his life to sharing the sequences that he sees and how to use them and apply them. Because what the numbers do, the Grabovoi numbers do, is they literally change on a molecular structure, on a molecular level, the atomic structure of the atoms that they come in contact with. So this means that you don't even need to believe it. You don't need, like, it's not a mental thing of like, oh, I need to believe in the numbers. No. Even if you don't believe it, it's okay. They will work. And so what they do is they change the molecular structure of the atoms. this brings us back to a very famous Japanese scientist that you probably know that is called Masaru Emoto, that he's the one that took pictures of the water, of like water molecules responding to the influence of different words. So then, for example, Masaru Emoto is very famous. You guys can look it up if you haven't heard of him. He put some words of like beauty, grace, love, truth, to molecules, and the molecules show up like all symmetrical and beautiful like snowflakes, while he put to other glasses of water the phrases like, I hate you, I'm going to kill you, or like, you make me sick, stuff like that. And then how the molecule responds, becoming like very fragmented and not harmonious at all. So these numbers, what they do is they're awesome because they literally change our vibrational structure. We are made 70% of water. So they change our structure. And then as they do it, they help us align to like specific vibrations. So it's a spiritual tool. It's a tool of like modification of reality, because it's like we are tuning in like our own radio frequency, to specific vibrations. It is awesome. It's a tool that I use a lot. I usually have numbers on me. And for example, right now I'm going to show you. Let me close it so it's still on the computer. I have this water bottle. If you see, it has also numbers. It has like sequences and numbers. So then these numbers, what they're doing is literally they're changing the vibrational structure of this water, so that when I'm drinking this water, it's like entering my body with this vibration. These bottles, by the way, are now in Amazon. I can send you the link if you want to like share it with everyone.
Yeah, totally.
Amazing tool.
Okay, and do you want to share what the purpose of the water numbers are?
Oh, sure, right now. So let me just I'll go to Amazon right now and I'll send you the link. So if you go to Amazon and you just put literally like Grababoy bottle, it will show up as the first result, and I'll tell you the list of numbers for sure. So the numbers that we have, so cool. So we have connection with the creator. Let me see. Oh yeah, I'll just say it here. Okay, so we have 22 codes in this water bottle that is on Amazon. The first is connection with the creator, because that's the first thing that we need. If we are disconnected, then like nothing flows. If we are in connection, everything flows. The second code is for love. The third code is for happiness. The fourth one is for abundance and prosperity. The next one is perfect health. The next one is to detoxify all bodies. Remember we have 7 bodies, so this is to like detoxify the 7 of them. The next one is for self-regeneration of the organism. So then it helps our cells regenerate themselves. The next one has to do with harmonization of self. So just like to become centered, like bring ourselves to our center. The next one is for neutralizing fears. There's a lot of people that have a lot of fears. So this one literally is like you're drinking this antidote like against fear. It's amazing. The next code is for success. The next one is for removing obstacles. The next one is for vitality. So just to feel like more bright and with more energy. The next one is for divine protection. The next one is for harmonizing relationships, harmony in relationships, which is awesome. The next one is for self-confidence, also to like increase this aspect of ourselves. The next one is to have a happy life, literally to like bring into our life happy vibrations and happy events and energies. The next one is for good humor, to also like allow for this lightness and like good humor energy in ourselves as we're drinking the water. The next one is for constant flow of money. So just like for it to just flow into our lives, money is also an energy. The next one has to do with unexpected abundance. So just like you're not expecting it and you're receiving it, that's a 520. 520, that's the code. And the last 3 are for miracles, because it's always good to have miracles, around in that vibration. And the last 2 are for gratitude and for everything is possible. So these 22 codes are in the bottle. They're very cool. They're made of stainless steel. It's like insulated. Like this is a very good product. I use it a lot. and it just brings wellness, wellness in many aspects, in the physical, in the spiritual, in the mental, in the financial. It's just like making you connect to this vibration.
I'm basically a tool pack for what we need into this world.
Seriously, it's just like a combo of good vibes, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely gonna buy it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Anna, and then would you like to share anything with us in this space?
So I think, if people are gonna use the Grabovoi numbers, what we can do is we can do the activation protocol, and then we can finish with that if you want. The activation protocol is something that Grababoy says that we need to do at least once before we start using the numbers, and it's called cleansing of the past. So what we're going to do here is we're energetically going to cleanse the past from everything that we have experienced in this lifetime and lifetimes before that has made us more dense. So then as we cleanse energetically, we will raise our vibration and then start co-creating from this higher level of frequency. So that's the first thing, if people are going to use the numbers, go into this is the step number 1 in Grababoy. So we can do it if you want. We can, I can guide us through it, and then we can close with that. I feel like that's a good.
No, thank you for doing that. I think it's very important for whoever watches it and actually does it. It's beautiful. So yes, let's do it. Thank you for doing that.
Awesome. Let's do it together. It's an amazing thing. So we'll join you guys, everyone who's watching it. We'll join our energies with yours, so we just create more light together. Okay, so it's a very short meditation. I'll guide us through it. So we can just bring our energy to our center. We can take a deep breath in. And we're going to visualize that we are standing on our timeline. On one side of the timeline, we see our past. We see everything that we have experienced in this lifetime and the lifetimes before. Everything is there in that side of the timeline. Within the timeline, we see ourselves standing in the present moment, here, now. And on the other side of the timeline, we see the future. We see everything that we will experience in this lifetime and the lifetimes to come. And as we can visualize our full timeline, we see our past on one side of the timeline, we see our present, here, now, and the future on the other side of the timeline. We say out loud, I, our full name, I, Dorotea, bring into the light the negative events of my entire existence,
the negative events of my entire existence,
so that their consequences are not reflected in my future.
So that the consequences are not affected in my future.
So we're going to imagine now how everything starts to light up in our timeline. We see how a golden white light starts illuminating everything, starting from the past. It starts advancing, illuminating everything, all of the previous incarnations, all of the previous transformations that we've had. Everything is being completely illuminated. The light advances to our birth in this lifetime. So it illuminates our birth. It continues to advance and illuminate all of our childhood. It continues to advance and illuminates all of our teenage years, all of the past years, all of the past months, all of the past weeks, the past days, the past hours, the past minutes, and the light reaches the present moment. And we see ourselves here now in the present moment, completely filled and surrounded by light. And we see how, as we are completely illuminated, the light continues to advance to the future. So we see how the light continues to illuminate everything that we will experience in this lifetime and the lifetimes to come. Everything is filled with light. And once that we see our full timeline completely illuminated, we see the past, the present, here and now, and the future completely illuminated. We're going to take our timeline and we're going to throw it up, like literally take it and throw it up to the universe, back to infinity. And we say out loud, I, our full name, I, Manifest this decision
Manifest this decision
with the light of the Creator
with the light of the Creator
before her soul.
before her soul.
And I surrender it to the origin,
And I surrender to the origin,
to the Creator of all,
to the Creator of all.
today.
Then
we say the day that is today. So for us is August 22, 2023.
2023.
If you are looking at this, like if you're seeing this in the future, then just say your own date where you are. And then we're going to visualize with our eyes closed, if you feel comfortable with this decision in front of us. We visualize this decision that we just made of elevating everything to the light, giving up everything that has made us dense and just transmuting it into light. And we see how our decision in front of us starts to be illuminated as well. We see the decision illuminated, completely radiating light. And once that we can see our decision completely illuminated, we're going to take this now illuminated decision and we're going to also send it up, send it towards infinity. And we close by saying, from now and forever.
From now and forever.
I make the decision in the light.
I make a decision in light.
For the salvation of all beings.
For the salvation of all beings.
I make the decision to practice good.
I make the decision to practice good.
To respect others.
And respect others.
To earn a lot of money honestly.
To earn a lot of money.
With all my siblings on earth.
And with all my siblings on earth.
I made the decision to have good attitudes.
I made the decision to have good attitudes.
Towards myself and others.
Towards myself and others.
And to participate in activities.
And to participate in activities.
That exalt and build.
That excel and build.
As a Creator does.
As a Creator does.
We can just take a deep inhale. And we are now officially activated. The path is cleansed. We are energetic clean slate to start from here. And now we can use the numbers and they're going to work because they work. It's amazing. We didn't have actually I didn't share any testimonials, but it's amazing how these numbers work.
Now I feel lighter already.
Yeah. How did you experience it?
I feel really light now. Basically just forget everything that was bad. Now we're here and it's better. Everything's gonna be okay.
It is so.
No, thank you, Anna.
Thank you so much. If you guys want to learn more about Grabovoi Numbers, there's also information in my website, numerana.com. Right now it's being under construction, we're updating some things, but there's going to be more coming and workshops, and it's just an amazing, amazing world, this of numbers. So I'm so happy to share these. Thank you for opening the space, Ingrid, for this, and for being brave enough, to follow your light and to open spaces like this for people to share and to expand their own light as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to be here with me, for supporting me in my journey, and just for sharing this wonderful meditation that it's definitely going to benefit anybody. When you're feeling dense, just do this and you're going to elevate your vibration right away. So thanks again. How can we find you on social media?
So on social media, I'm in Instagram as Numerana, NUMERANAMX, like Mexico. And you can find me also in my YouTube channel as Numerana 777. And how else? Well, if you want to contact me through email, my email is numeranamx@gmail.com.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, thank you so much again for being here. And until next time, we'll see each other. Thank you. I'm sending good vibes to everybody. Good vibes.
Good vibes. Yeah, good vibes. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.